Here we go. This is Steeplechase Section C of the men's steeple. We got Oliver Jorgensen of Simon Fraser, Brandon Skime of North Dakota, John Gay of British Columbia, Drew Kraft of South Dakota State, Maisland of Chico State, Updike of Eastern Oregon, Thorpe of Oklahoma State, Beagley of Unattached, Briggs of BYU, Cooligan of Colorado Mines, Vorgadich of Loyola Marymount, Updike of Eastern Oregon, Warob of Weber State, Makovich of UTSA, Turner of Montana State, Seja of CSLA, Freeman of Lipscomb, Ryan Habe of Western State, Valenti of Arizona, Rubecki of MSU Moorhead, Legurnes of Arizona, and Mark Huzar of Cal Poly Polminia, and they are all together, and it looks like who's that early leader?
So it looks like Simon Fraser's out to an early start. Now, one thing I am noticing is that these barriers are at 30 inches, so it looks like they're going to get a little bit of a help along this first lap. As you can see, they're all now getting them raised up.
So the first couple barriers.
First few barriers are a little short, but hey, you know what? Take advantage of that. That reminds me of back in that one of the U.S. championships, and the women's barrier was a little too high, actually. And they actually injured a few athletes.
They were out through about 400 meters in a minute 13, minute 15 in that range. And that's still Simon Fraser in the lead. That's Oliver Jorgensen of Simon Fraser.
It's a little hard to see hip numbers from up at this distance. But we'll make sure we can get a good ID.
Looks like that's Dusan Makovich of UTSA sitting in second behind Jorgensen of Simon Fraser.
You can see these athletes starting to swing wide when they see the barriers, just so they can get a clear line of sight and they're not stuck behind anybody. So some of these athletes are going all the way out into lane 3. Make sure they get over these barriers safely.
These athletes were the last section to get into this meet at the steeplechase, so they're trying to make a statement to the coach that maybe they should try to get into that even faster section for future races coming up. And let's see what they are through about 800 meters, about like 225 through 800.
I remember a little bit quicker in, but yeah, that's still an honest pace. So coming through their first lap about 73, and then they about replicated that on that second lap. So they're looking about, low 9:10s, 9:05 pace starting on. So which is an honest pace for these guys. .72 seconds. That's roughly around 9 flat pace. Looks like Jorgensen of Simon Fraser still out front. I believe we got that's a Wichita State athlete moving into the mix now running in the runner-up position. And you'll see some of these athletes starting to be, a little strategic with their barrier jumping. Some are a little bit more efficient than others, and they'll use that to their advantage, and they'll kind of pass people going over the barriers. So we'll get an ID on our new leader as they round around the back stretch here.
Looks like that's hip 12. No, excuse me. Yeah, it is hip 12. That's Isaac Updike of Eastern Oregon.
Also Christian Freeman of Lipscomb running right on his shoulder, running stride for stride with him.
So you got the Updike brothers sitting in first and third right now out of Eastern Oregon. Battle of the Updikes.
And now we got a trio. We got the Updike duo and the other Lipscomb athlete in there as they're beginning to break away a little bit. We got Jorgensen of Simon Fraser in the 4th position as he's starting to lose separation with Updike number 2.
So, James, you yourself were a steeplechaser in your day. Talk about what these guys are going through right now as they hit 4:50 on the clock right there.
So come through the mile, man. It's, those first few laps, they feel, pretty slow. You're running 72, 73 seconds, which, in any other race is, relatively comfortable. But now they're starting to feel it. As you can see, the pack is stringing out, and maintaining your form and maintaining kind of your poise out on the track is really important at this stage. And kind of relax and you want to stay in contact. But you don't want to kill yourself because you still got a lot of race left.
And as you say that, the Updike brothers are now sitting 1 and 2. That is Isaac, brother, in the lead over Lucas.
We've seen a lot of clean hurdles today, which is always a good thing. The steeple can be a very dangerous event, as I've experienced a handful of times. So it's nice to see that, we see some efficiency and safety over these barriers. But you'll always see a little pack over at the water pit just in case. Just watching.
So Isaac Updike comes in with a steeple PR of 8:55.
Coming through the 2K in just under 6 minutes, anywhere from, it's hard to tell with these with the steeple start, but it's about 5:58 for at 6,000 meters.
And his brother Lucas,
2,000 meters.
His brother Lucas has a 9:06 seat time to his name.
And they're starting to pull away. So we got Updike, Freeman. Now you'll know when these athletes start to get a little tired is they'll start to put one foot up on the barriers, just slightly tap it.
But Isaac's still looking strong, still hurdling those barriers.
This is a great meet for a lot of these younger athletes, especially freshmen, sophomores. Some of them are opening up their steeple for the first time at the Mount SAC Relays just because of this opportunity to run, these great heats, even though there's not a ton of them. If you can get into the Mount SAC Relays, that is a achievement in and of itself.
So Isaac Updike, about 7:09 there with, I believe, 600 to go.
So, yeah, as the announcer just said, about 69, 70 seconds there. So he's picking up the pace as they round the corner in the penultimate lap here. He's extended his lead to get almost, 30 meters now over his brother. And he's looking good. A little bit of a shorter stride, nice and compact, strong, as he's pumping his arms as he approaches the bell here at 7:44.
Again, he has a PR of 8:55 to his name. His brother coming in at 7:50 with the lap to go.
And they're really starting to take off. We'll almost definitely see a time under 9 minutes to kick off the 57th Mount SAC Relay.
57, wow.
57 years. And unfortunately, kind of is sad, this will be the last Mount SAC Relays at this stadium as of now.
As of now, but, a couple of years, they'll be back here after they renovate. All right, as you see, Isaac Updike is your clear winner here as he has about 150 to go. So let's look at second place. As you can see, second that his brother, Lucas Updike.
And we've got a great battle brewing here for second.
Oh, who is that trying to kick him down as he hits the water pit?
We've got a great kick already brewing out from third. He's chasing down second place here. Isaac Updike is way out in front. He's going to be your winner around 8:50 mid, but we got a great battle for second. I think Updike will hold on. 8:55 flat for Isaac Updike.
And we'll get results on our screen. 8:54 for Updike, 9 flat for his brother Updike. Skime of North Dakota, 9:02. And Beagley, 9:05, round up